Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Tuesday market webcast. Okay, we're going to start off on the hourly chart because you can just really see how consolidated we are right now. It's all coming in and around. You've got round number 4,000, weekly pivot. We talked yesterday about the monthly pivot up at 40.77. You've got traffic down here around 39.37, the old weekly pivot, and that stretches back down, as low as 38.97. So we're just kind of jammed in here. We'll take a quick peek at the daily. It's just kind of the same deal. This is a tape that's just not ready to make any big decisions. And I wish I could tell you that this thing is heading for some type of immediate resolution, but I will tell you, jobs reports a week from Friday. And unless you get some kind of banking whack-a-mole or something else happening that is going to move the needle in a way that it wants to keep moving, this thing's going to continue to implode back onto itself. And maybe jobs doesn't even do it. Maybe it's when we really get into the guts of earnings. But right now, you have a tape that is very unmotivated to make any big decisions. Okay? And you just see it here. It's like a, it's narrowing. It's kind of a triangle. It's going to, and if all those things are true, then these ranges are going to get smaller until you get to some type of a resolution. The thing I always caution people when we get in these consolidation phases, when things start to narrow, when we are headed for a resolution, you do not need to anticipate the resolution. I don't care if you stayed in a Holiday Inn Express last night. I don't care if you read Barron's. I don't care. From our perspective, these types of consolidations will resolve. There will be enough handles and enough time for you to deal with whatever your performance goal is. There will be enough handles and enough time to make those handles. You do not need to chop yourselves up and tear yourselves up trying to anticipate something that is not ready to be anticipated. When this tape's ready to execute, it'll move. The thing I would say, though, is you have to be flexible with it. Take your profits where you find it. Let your runners run. Don't say, okay, I think the resolution is going to be positive. Okay, that's great. That's great. I think lots of stuff too. I think I should go to the gym today, and I probably will. But what if I don't? Am I going to never go to the gym again? You think it's going to resolve to the upside. Okay, well, what if it doesn't? Well, you're never going to get short. Why? Because back on March 28th, 2013, you thought it was going to go up? Don't laugh. People do this all the time. I am a long trader. I can only sell it. I can't buy it. I just can't sell it. I just can't buy it. Yes, you can, because you have to want to make handles more than you want to be right. I tell you guys that all the time. I will say it again this morning. You have to want to make handles more than you want to be right. And that means you have got to be flexible. Immediately flexible on a dime, especially in a market like this. A market that is not, a market that yesterday, Mondays in 2023 have basically been pretty awful to trade. They really have. I'm not advising the 3-day weekend strategy, but we're getting there. The problem with Mondays has been, for whatever reason, and I don't worry about the whys. There doesn't always have to be a why. It's just, this is what it's been doing. And the market gets very habitual. There have been a lot of air pockets up and down on these Mondays. They get more whippy than they are choppy. And when you're seeing, 4 to 7, 8 handle hops inside of a few seconds that then just settle in and die again, you're either going to be on the right side of that, in which case it feels like Christmas, but it really only went up 6 handles. So it's just like, okay. Or you're wrong and you're going to get knocked out, and then you're going to do one of a couple of things. You're going to fight it, you're going to add to a loser, or you're just going to take the loss. Then you're going to get in on the other side, say you're being flexible, but then after it hops up or hops down to wherever it's going to be, it doesn't go anywhere. So then you just get chewed up. And then you take your ball and go home. what I would say is everybody knows the types of tapes that give them fits. If you don't know, you really got to start journaling more and paying attention to the types of tapes that give you fits. The types of tapes that give you fits, just don't trade them. Identify them early in the day. We do that, we do that in the room every day. I feel that it's one of my requirements every day to identify the type of tape that we're in and identify the type of trader that this particular tape is not going to speak to. And then I encourage those folks to sit it out. Not every tape is for every type of trader. And it takes self-awareness and it takes discipline to not participate. But over time, you'll be much better for it. Focus on the types of tapes that speak to your skill set, shy away from the types of tapes that don't, and you will put yourself consistently over time in a better position to succeed. All right, so where are we at now? Well, we're the same place we were yesterday. We're jammed in here between weekly pivot. You got the 50-day here. You got the pre-FOMC price up at 40.34. So we're just banging around. We're playing Pong, and we're the ball. Okay? Convert 34, you get to monthly pivot. Convert weekly pivot, you get back probably down to last week's weekly pivot area. So there's there's like 40 or 50 handles. Certainly you get down to 30.77, the daily mid-band. So again, you've got this 77 area to this 77 area. You expand it, you're here. Technically, your Fed reaction high down to the weekly pivot test, that got rejected on Friday. That turned into support. Eventually, it will want to move. You can't make it move. Nobody can. It'll move when it's ready to move. Your job is not to tear yourself up mentally and from a capital perspective until it's ready to move. There'll be enough handles and enough time. It'll be just fine. So, hourly mid-band sitting at 40.11. Volume weighted average price at 40.10. Proprietary moving average is 4,005. It's a 24 handle Globex range, and the overnight low is basically at 4,000. So, just trade what you see. Understand whether or not this is an environment you should be taking a lot of trades in, and act accordingly. All right. Everybody have a fantastic day. Be safe, be healthy, take care. Trade them well. Talk to you tomorrow.